How did this get here? This boulder is above the falls.
The placard titled "A Waterfall's Journey at Cumberland Falls" provides an insightful look into the geological history and formation of the falls. Here is a transcription and summary of the content on the placard. This placard helps visitors understand the dynamic and ongoing geological processes that have shaped and continue to shape Cumberland Falls and its surrounding landscape. A Waterfall's Journey main text. Observe the river gorge below. Now look behind you at the river above the falls. Do you see a difference? The presence of large boulders below is evidence that Cumberland Falls has not always been in the same location that it is now. It is slowly moving backwards, making its way upriver due to the erosive power of the water. The boulders are the broken-off remains of the riverbed, which formed the ledge of the falls. No boulders of this type are present above the falls, simply because the falls has not yet reached that location. Lower text. Cumberland Falls is thought to have originated at the Pottsville Escarpment near Burnside, Kentucky. That is 45 miles downriver. The escarpment is a steep slope which separates the Cumberland Mountains from the Mississippian Plateau. Although it is not known how fast the falls is moving upriver, it is a very slow process. The falls has changed very little and has been basically in the same position since before human life on this planet. Making baby waterfalls. As Cumberland Falls made its way from Burnside to its present location, it passed smaller creeks and rivers along the way. As the rock cap broke away past the mouth of the tributaries, it created smaller waterfalls on those streams. Eagle Falls and Dog Slaughter were created this way. Map. The map on the placard illustrates the Cumberland River's path and the location of Cumberland Falls, Eagle Falls, Cumberland Gorge, Dog Slaughter Falls, and the Pottsville Escarpment, as well as nearby Burnside and Somerset.
Okay, so the waterfall here, according to this sign here, the waterfall started in Burnside and then slowly receded up the river. So it began here and slowly receded up the river until where it is now. And so as it came along, it would knock down those boulders you saw in the beginning of the video. How did this get here? This boulder is above the falls. And that's why we see it where it is today. However, this all occurred before human history. So since humans have been around on Earth, it's always been at this spot. In fact, it hasn't even moved. It says here it has basically the same position since before human life on this planet. So it hasn't even moved a foot. And so the interesting thing is that I see all these boulders, and there's one place that comes to mind. It's called Elephant's Rocks. It's in Missouri. And
actually, the location this gentleman is thinking of here is not Elephant Rocks. Instead, he is recalling the Johnson Shut-In State Park area, located in Reynolds County, Missouri, and the incident he is about to describe is infamously known as the Tom Sauk Reservoir failure, which took place on the morning of December 14th, 2005.
What happened there was a dam, and that burst open, and it caused big boulders to come down into the valley. And actually, a few people were injured, or I think even died.
The Johnson Shut-In's Boulder Dam break, also known as the Tom Sauk Reservoir failure, stands as a stark reminder of the catastrophic consequences that can arise from human error and inadequate safety measures. This catastrophic event took place in the Johnson Shut-In State Park area. located in Reynolds County, Missouri, on December 14, 2005. The Tom Sauk Hydroelectric Power Station, operated by Amerin UE, consisted of an upper reservoir atop Prophet Mountain and a lower reservoir. Water was pumped from the lower to the upper reservoir to generate electricity during peak demand periods by releasing the water back down. On the morning of December 14, 2005, the upper reservoir's northwest wall breached. The failure was due to overtopping caused by the improper operation of the reservoir's water level sensors, which led to water being pumped into the reservoir even after it was full. Approximately 1.5 billion gallons of water surged down the mountain within a matter of minutes. The torrent of water carved a path of destruction as it traveled down to the East Fork Black River. The flood caused extensive environmental damage, uprooting trees, eroding soil, and depositing debris throughout the area. The natural landscape of the park was significantly altered. Amidst the tumult of the Johnson Shut-In's Boulder Dam break, another enduring legacy emerged: the presence of boulders scattered throughout the valley of the park. These boulders, remnants of the catastrophic event, serve as silent witnesses to the power of nature and the resilience of the landscape. Carried by the force of the floodwaters, these boulders were displaced from their original positions, tumbling and rolling along the path carved by the rushing torrent. As the waters receded and the chaos subsided, these boulders came to rest in the valley, becoming integral parts of the park's ever-evolving terrain. Today, these boulders stand as poignant reminders of the event that reshaped the landscape and the lives of those in its wake. While the boulders may seem like mere geological features, they carry with them stories of survival, recovery, and renewal. Visitors to the park encounter them as they explore its trails and admire its natural beauty, perhaps unaware of the tumultuous journey that brought them to their resting places.
So when I see these large boulders, I think of something more like a catastrophic short-term event instead of a long-term ecological process. But you know, that's not my area of expertise, but it's just something to think about when looking at these boulders and these waterfalls that we have. So my wife pointed out something interesting. So the Cumberland Falls is directly right there. Okay, and over here is this large boulder. So we're on an incline coming from the gorge, I guess, going up. And so I just gotta ask, did this boulder somehow, through a slow ecological process, come straight up from the river here, from the falls up to here? Because there aren't the idea is that there's boulders down below the falls, but there's none above the falls. So we got to answer that, and they believe it's because of the slow ecological process from Burnside, from that town all the way up since before human history. So this boulder is so curious because somehow it got all the way up here from when the falls are down there. So here's a boulder directly from the falls. So I just have to ask, how did this get here? How did this get here? This boulder is above the falls.
Well, given that this big boulder is behind the fall, I think it's pretty obvious to say that these two events are independent of each other.